Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another educational edition from the North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center. Today, we are bringing you information specifically to marketing, and we are highlighting the untold secrets that many of you may not know that are impacting your business today. So, we are always excited to bring on subject matter experts and guests, and today is no different. Before we go into those introductions, I am Darlisa Diltz, the Managing Director and owner of the North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center, where we focus on providing resources to aspiring entrepreneurs that fit the underserviced, underserved, and underutilized category. And we focus and we aim to be the community triage for entrepreneurship. So we don't like to call ourselves the one-stop shop. However, we do like to be a catalyst for those that are looking to get connected to the world of entrepreneurship. But enough about me. I want to bring on and introduce our guest, Mr. Dyron Jolly, who is no stranger to the entrepreneur world. He is an expert in marketing trends and strategies, and I'm very excited to have him on with us today. Welcome, Dyron, and thank you for being our guest today.
Hello, and thank you for this great opportunity. I look forward to this opportunity to share some things that I've learned throughout the years and been able to also help our clients with as well. Darlisa, I definitely want to thank you for opening your platform and opening your community for me to be able to hopefully share a couple of nuggets that might be able to help a couple of your small business owners out there.
Absolutely. And we are grateful for the knowledge and the expertise that you are bringing to us. Marketing is one of those things that, either you got it or you don't. And if you don't have a proper strategy, it can absolutely hurt your business. So, one question I do have is what encouraged you to go into marketing? There's a lot of different things that you could have chosen, but why marketing?
Well, marketing ultimately is the one thing that is going to tell your story as a business owner. Okay, and if you don't do it successfully, number one, nobody's going to know your story. No one's going to know who you are. One of the things that I have to kind of talk about today is a lot of companies think that they have the best products, they have the best services out there, right? But if no one knows about your products or your services, you're not going to get customers, right? Or if you're not telling that story appropriately, and then nobody's still going to want to engage with your brand and want to do business with you. And so how you market, the way that you market is so important for one, introducing your brand to those that you want to do business with, and telling them who you are and telling them that you do have the best products and the best services, so that they will do business with you. One of the things that I have observed just in my little short time here on earth is that many companies who are the most successful, they're not the most successful because their products or their services are necessarily the best. But if you peel back the onion a little bit, they have a great marketing strategy. They have a great marketing approach, and they're good at what they do. They're good at what they do in terms of communicating who they are as a brand and what they have to offer the market. And so one of the things that I've noticed within the small to mid market space is that many companies struggle with the ability to market successfully. So why is it? Why do they struggle with marketing effectively? It's because there are some things about marketing that a lot of people just don't know. And so if you don't know, you will never be able to correct those things. And so what I'm in business for is to help identify and show small business owners as well as mid-market companies the best way to market and market successfully.
That is amazing. Well, we definitely thank you for your service. Um, you know, I can never say that I know enough about marketing, so I'm always eager and looking forward to learning more about how to be more effective, right? So let's just jump right into the awesome nuggets that you have for us. We could talk all day about, the pros and cons, but I want to turn the floor over to you and allow you to share information on some of those untold secrets that we may not know about in terms of marketing. So take it away, Dyron.
Great, great. Let's see. I'm trying to hit the next button, but it's not going there. Okay. So do you see my screen very well?
Absolutely. Yep, we see it.
Okay, so I do this just so people can really follow along with me, and also so that I don't just ramble, right? But I want to start with some typical mistakes that I see amongst many small businesses. Okay, from a marketing standpoint. And these are just statements that we typically hear amongst some of our clients that they come to us that really need help from a marketing standpoint. One of the things that I get very often is, hey, I got my logo done. Now I need help crafting my brand message. Okay, who we are as a brand. I take a step back and I wonder, well, how did you get to your logo development before establishing your brand story, and who you are and who you want to be to the audience that you're trying to gain the attention of? And so whenever I hear that statement, I think that people often get so drawn to the bright and shiny objects, like, hey, I got to get a logo, I got to get a website, I got to get all these things that are more tangible, right? Which all of those things definitely serve a very important purpose to your brand and your ability to connect with the audience. But if you don't have a brand strategy, a brand message, in terms of who you are as a brand and what you offer in terms of value to the customers, it's very hard to create a logo. It's very hard to actually create a website because you have not determined what that direction is. And so a lot of times we put the cart before the horse, and we go and we create a logo, we go start trying to build a website, but we don't even know who we are as a brand. And so we have to take those clients back through that process of brand development, helping them understand who they are and helping them understand who they're looking to target and how they're going to actually reach those individuals. The second piece kind of flows straight from that last comment that I just mentioned. Okay, many people come to us, and I hear it all the time with a lot of people who are just starting up. You ask them about their products and you ask them about their services, and then you say, well, who are you trying to do business with? Oh, well, we're trying to do business with everybody. Our products and our services can definitely reach everybody out there, right? And so what that tells me is that you really have a lack of focus on the ideal audience. Again, your products and your services, yes, they might reach a very large group or large range of consumers or other businesses that you're trying to do business with, but do you have the resources to actually reach everybody? Okay, probably not. And then even if you look at that wide range, are they all the same? Do you use the same marketing message for everybody? Okay, if you haven't identified your audiences, it becomes very very challenging to tailor your messaging. Where that when you do put out marketing message or you run your campaign, it actually resonates with those that you're trying to do business with it. And so oftentimes we see what we call a blanket or the shotgun approach to marketing, where you just throwing a lot of different stuff out there and just hoping something will stick. When you really should be using more of a sniper approach. And hey, look, I'm going to focus on this group, and this is what I'm going to focus towards that group with this type of message, and we're going to put a lot of focus there. And then we also have another segment, okay, that we're going to focus on, and this is the message that we're going to use. This is the channel that we're going to use. So when you have identified your audience, it becomes easy to really put the right type of message in place for all the different groups that actually exist out there. Um, one of the big things that we often see is number three there, where people get out and they just start doing some marketing stuff. Hey, I got to get out on social media. I got to go to this networking event, and then they come to the realization, hey man, I don't have a strategy. Man, I don't have a strategy in place where I can really identify the right types of things that I need to be doing that's going to help me reach my goal. And so we don't have a roadmap to ultimately reach our target goal for our business. And so we see a lot of companies that are doing a lot of marketing, but if you ask them, hey, let me look at your strategy, they can't provide it to me. Uh, a couple of others that I see, again, the list can go on and on, but I just want to highlight a few that I typically see among small businesses, and that is one that's very expensive. Okay, marketing shouldn't cost that much. So the very thing that's going to grow your company and take your company to the next level, it's too expensive. We have to think about marketing as an investment. Okay, we are investing this money so that we can yield a higher return. Now, again, that's why we have to have a strategy in place so that whatever we're spending, we're not going out and just spending a substantial amount and we're not reaping the benefits. So we have to be very targeted on the things that we actually use. But nevertheless, we can't get to the point where we are being cheap on our marketing. We have to invest in those things that are going to propel our company forward. And I, for one, have had to learn that myself throughout the years, because if you look at me from a personal standpoint, I'm not a big spender. If you ask those people that know me very well. um, Another thing that I typically see, which is a very big mistake, and that's hey, we saw this and we want to copy this. We want to do the exact same thing, copying other brands and expecting the same results. Okay, let's not get confused with benchmarking. I completely agree with benchmarking. We do this for our clients. We help them assess their competitors, help them identify what types of things are going well, what types of things that they can actually apply within their particular situation. But when you copy someone's marketing efforts exactly and think that you're going to get the same results, that is a big mistake, because you're dealing with a different brand. Okay, what they're trying to accomplish might be different from what you're trying to accomplish. The target audience that they're looking to reach might be different from your target audience, right? And so there are a lot of different variables that come into play whenever you talk about doing some of the same things that other companies are doing. Not to say that you can't take some of those ideas and make application, but you have to be aware of the difference between copying and actually benchmarking. So don't make that mistake. And then lastly, what is very, very important, like you mentioned, Darlisa, just a little while ago, you mentioned that we are constantly learning. And that's why we're doing this event, so we can always learn, right? Um, Companies that they get to the point where they know everything about their business, that they think they know everything, right? We should always be learning and looking to improve. It becomes very hard to work with different customers, or different clients rather, when they're unteachable, when they think they know everything. I know I should be getting this out of my marketing, so forth and so on, and they just know everything. Well, if you know everything, and then you probably wouldn't be seeking our assistance to help you reach that goal. Okay, so again, having knowledge is great, but when you get to a point where you just know everything and you're so close to your brand, and you feel that you can't learn anymore, or that you can't explore new opportunities, that really hinders your ability to be successful from a marketing standpoint. Okay, so Darlisa, those are just some quick mistakes that I see amongst small business owners. So I want to kind of take a step in the direction of helping to overcome some of these challenges that we just mentioned, if that's fine with you.
Hey, the stage is yours, so let's do it.
All right. Well, okay. So as I mentioned previously, okay, number one, marketing is the one thing that can definitely propel your company to the next level. Okay. It is so important for ensuring that you have a consistent flow of customers, of clients that are continuously coming to your business. All right. If you don't have clients, you can't cash flow, right? You can't afford to keep the lights on. You can't afford to pay your staff. So you have to do it effectively. Okay. So again, one key nugget that I mentioned a little bit earlier is up on the screen here. Having the best products and services means absolutely nothing if no one knows or if no one cares. Okay? Let that sink in just a little bit. Just because you think you have the best products or your service, and you might have the best products or service, if you don't have a good process for communicating those products and your services, more than likely you will not be able to get the clientele that you're looking to reach, or the customers that you're trying to reach. So it is important that we, one, recognize that marketing is extremely important for small businesses to succeed. Could that be the reason why so many small business owners fail? I don't know, possibly, but it's very, very important. Okay. As you consider marketing and its importance, you may ask the question, well, why is it that most companies aren't necessarily doing it effectively? Okay, what is really going on? Well, what I would like to definitely inform everybody is that marketing is hard when you don't know what you're doing. Okay, it's not easy if you don't have the knowledge of how to do it successfully. Darlisa, have you ever witnessed someone who is bad with relationships?
Is that a trick question? Of course I have. Like, what in the world? Absolutely. Yes, I have encountered that.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of times, if you peel back the onion, that individual typically lacks knowledge on how to do it successfully. Okay, in order to be successful in dating, you have to have knowledge on how to do it successfully. If you're trying to go after your significant other, or somebody that you want to be your significant other, there's an approach to go about doing it, right? You can't just go, hey, I want to take you out, something like you can't just flat out say it. Sometimes you have to be a little more strategic and indirect, but it's all about learning. And then, even once you get into that relationship with that individual, you are constantly learning who they are, what they're about, so that you can better meet their needs, so that they'll stay with you. This is the same thing with marketing. um, at times there will be a need to be more direct. Okay, and then there are times when you need to be a little indirect, where it's not just like, hey, come buy my services, come buy my products because I have the best thing since sliced bread. It's, no, I'm gonna bait you a little bit, I'm gonna give you a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit more, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit more, and then I will come in for the for the direct sale, rather. Okay, so nevertheless, if you are not aware of how to do that effectively, you will not do it. And so, if you're not doing it effectively, what that means is that you're probably going to miss a lot of customers. Okay, a lot of customers, they might hear about you, see your products and your services, but you're not marketing to them the right way, and so they don't want to do business with you. So there can be a lot of different reasons why your marketing isn't working, especially when you don't have the knowledge of how to do it effectively. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, as you look at the full scope of marketing, okay, it really follows kind of a process. You get someone's attention, right? You get that prospect's attention. That's the first thing. So, what type of marketing efforts are you using to generate just awareness? Just pushing out things about your products and your services where people are one just aware of you, and then how do you get those people to trust you a little bit more? Okay, what type of marketing activities do you have in place just for that? So, are you having people to give you reviews? Okay, once you put your marketing campaign for your awareness, and then after that, then what are they linking back to your website where they can learn a little bit more about you? Are you linking them to different customer reviews, testimonials, where they can research you a little bit more, compare you against what the competitors are saying? And so you get that attention, you build a little bit of trust with different marketing activities, and then you're always there uh, for for them once they decide to do business. Okay, making yourself convenient. What type of marketing activities do you have in place that are going to make you convenient whenever it's time for that person to make a purchase? So you have to consider those things that you have in place just for awareness building. And then you have some things that are in place just for trust building. And then you have some things that are just ongoing so that once they make that decision, it's a pretty easy decision. You close the deal, boom, you got that client, right? Or if you're dating, hey, you got that date, or you got that young lady or that young man that you were looking to date over a period of time, right? But you have been strategically approaching your marketing, and that's the main thing, is look at this from a strategic standpoint in terms of how you can do this effectively. All right. Okay. So as you see that there's a lot that goes into marketing, right, Darlisa? And one of the key things about marketing is intelligence. Without the intelligence, if you remove the data, if you remove the knowledge of those that you're trying to do business with, your marketing is not going to be very effective. If you look at a lot of large companies, what they're doing is they're using data, they're using trends to better understand your purchasing habits, to better understand the things that you like, the things that you desire. So marketing without that intelligence would leave them pretty much in the same situation that a lot of these smaller companies are in. And so we have to take the time, one, to understand what we need to know about marketing, what we need to know about our customers, and how that applies to our overarching strategy. And so, trying to grow your business is very, very important. And if you don't take time from a marketing standpoint to really get to the nuts and bolts of what you need to do in order to engage the audience that you're trying to attract, you're going to have a very, 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 very tough time of attracting and keeping your customers. Okay. Uh,
So, so let me jump in here just a little bit before we kind of move into some of these other topics, right? And thank you so much, Dyron, for sharing that information. So, just want to dialogue a little bit about some of the things that you talked about during the explanation of, why even what are some of those mistakes, right? So just to kind of reiterate, and I'll start with this one because I think this one was amazing. You talked about copying someone's work, okay, and I think that is huge when it comes to um, indicating mistakes for your marketing, simply because you don't know the effort that another company has put into that marketing. So let's just talk a little bit more about that. Why do you feel like that is a huge mistake? Because it really, really is.
Yeah. Well, number one, it all goes back to what that um, client was even trying to accomplish. Okay. So more than likely that, excuse me, not client, that company was trying to accomplish, right? So they had a marketing goal that they were trying to achieve. It could have been just, hey, look, we just want to create awareness. So their goal was to create awareness. Is your goal the same thing? Are you just trying to create awareness, or were you actually trying to make a sale? Okay, because this company probably was thinking about that thing holistically. They're gonna start with things that can get the attention, but after they had that campaign working, it was something else behind the scenes that you knew nothing about. That they were ultimately trying to lead that customer to. So that's one thing. Is the goals probably are different from your goals. Their audience could be different from your audience. You may not be focused on the same type of clientele. Um, Not only that, you may not have the resources that they have. Okay, because they may have run that ad campaign with that particular messaging, but they have a whole lot of money behind that campaign. When you only have a couple of $100 to spend, where they got thousands of dollars to spend, so the impact is not going to be the same, and so your approach can't be the exact same as as theirs ultimately is. So those are a couple of things there that you have to be mindful of. Is that you don't have the same goals in place, you don't have the same audience per se. You might not even have the dollars or the resources to execute the way that they are actually executing. And then one of the last things that I would like to focus on is oftentimes some of those brands, like some of the brands that you might try to steal from, they may have a huge community or a huge audience that's already following them. So when they pop that campaign out, they already have people ready at their fingertips, ready to consume their products or to consume their services. Where you're trying to copy that exact same approach, and you
That's
have
not
no
gonna
one
work.
that
Yeah.
you have created an audience for. So those are just a few things that I think about when I see people copying. Now, again, Darlisa, it's a difference between copying and benchmarking.
Okay, great point. Okay, so a couple other ones that I saw was letting your marketing grow stale. I think that is a huge point to make mention of because it's kind of, it goes back to that one and done type theory. I put it out there and it should work for itself, and people don't understand how important it is for you to continue to grow your marketing and continue to change it and spice it up a little bit, which kind of leads into that theory of marketing is like dating, right? So,
Absolutely.
if you are not keeping it fresh and if you are not keeping your content creative, you will find that it does tend to grow stale. Another point that you mentioned, if no one knows, no one kind of cares, and that's a harsh reality to think about, but it is a reality. So if no one knows about your business, if no one knows about the content that you're putting out, and you just mentioned it, you don't know if you don't have an audience. So if you have like social media, you can have every social media platform, if you have all of that, but no one is following you, it kind of is pointless to invest. And the last point is baiting your client, not putting it all out there at once, but kind of dropping those nuggets, or as I like to think of it, is leading the rat to the trap, right? You
Mhm.
put those little pieces of cheese, and you know that's how you kind of hook them. So just wanted to kind of reiterate some of those points that you talked about when highlighting some of those common mistakes that people tend to miss in their business. Thank you so much for that. So, you want to keep it moving forward and help us to understand some of the recommended approaches to address some of those?
Absolutely. And so before I do proceed forward, one of the things that you mentioned is knowing when to kind of bait your audience and really build them up to what it is that you're trying to offer. That becomes very hard to do. Okay, I have made that mistake throughout the years as I've grown, as I've evolved as a marketer. Right? Why is it? Because hey, look, man, we're trying to make money. It's like I came into business, I quit my job. So some of us, we quit our job, we step out there on faith, right? Uh, some of us are trying to quit our job, so we don't have time to be waiting. This marketing has to work, and so in that process, or in that thought process rather, of thinking that you have to make this money so quickly, or you have to get people through your door in order to survive, you become impatient. Okay. And that impatience makes you want to go straight to the direct approach. Hey, I want to offer you this right now, when you haven't taken that step back to think, wait a minute, when somebody's trying to get me to purchase something, I get annoyed when they just keep hitting me with all of these direct things like buy my products, buy this and buy that. I don't actually make purchases that way. So oftentimes we forget about the consumer side. Okay, we're business owners and we're marketers, but we're also consumers at one point as well. People are looking to us to to make purchases, and the very thing that we find ourselves doing from a marketing standpoint, we hate it on the consumer side. So as you think about trying to uh, uh, know when to be direct and when to be indirect and how it all comes together, you have to have an approach. Okay, you have to have an approach in terms of how you get there. Okay, because typically what we're so focused on is this ultimate goal, and that's getting money. But there are so many steps that are required to get to this money, at least get to it on a consistent basis. Now you might be in a hot market where it's a, look, a lot easier to get customers, right? And so you might have to tailor your approach a little bit in terms of your strategy based off of, okay, man, I know I'm in a hot market. It is going to sell. But what happens when competition comes into place and there are other options? Okay, what happens when people get tired of my products and my service or my brand as a whole? Do I have everything laid out in terms of anticipating some of those challenges? And what does that strategy look like? Okay, so we get so focused on this end goal here, which is making the money, getting the customers, right, that we forget about all of the other planning that's required. Okay, how am I going to actually execute? Okay, what am I going to execute? Okay, what does my campaign strategy look like? What channels am I actually gonna use? How am I going to use these channels? What messaging am I going to use per channel, and who is it targeted towards? Um, and then what's my broad marketing strategy? What's our overall sales goal for the next 5, 10 years, and how are we going to get to those goals? What distribution channels are we going to leverage? Is it going to be digital? Is it going to be a storefront as well? Do we have some things that are that we're using delivery to get there? All of these things matter in the grand scheme of things, and it becomes very challenging for some businesses and business owners to really focus on all of these requirements when you're so focused on the money, because you're just ready to get out and start doing something, and that's where that patience comes into place. So typically what happens is we have a chaotic environment. We have so many different people out there that we can reach. We have so many different marketing channels out there that we can use, marketing tools. What message are we going to actually use? So what we have is chaos. And when you try to go from chaos straight to money, it becomes tough. So that's why you have to go through a process to really turn this chaos into order. Okay. And so in order to take the chaos into order, what you need is intelligence. You need insights to really be able to make some informed decisions. Okay, this is my target audience. This is where my target audience dwells. This is what they like. So my messaging is going to resonate with these type of individuals. So you go through the process of one being in a chaotic environment, but we gotta shape that up a little bit by gaining information. We go out, we do research so that we can make some better decisions, right? And so once we have the right information, then we put the strategies in place. Then we start building the campaign and the the different content that we're going to be using. And then we actually work on how we're going to actually execute. What type of resources do we need? What type of platforms are we going to use to make sure that our social media is constantly live and well, right? What type of processes do we need to have in place? So all of these things are very, very important. And all of these things, Darlisa, are things that people just don't like doing. And man, it's too much work. I don't want to go through all this. But in order to do it successfully, you have to do that. And that's why having a coach, having a marketing agency at your side, because they already have these processes in place. Now they just are trying to take your particular situation and make it apply effectively within these normal processes. And if you have someone that is good, they're not just solely focused on this. They are solely focused on how do they get here and how do they get there on a consistent basis. So nevertheless, the key is you have to have a strategy, but you have to know how to put that strategy in place and then how to put that strategy into use. And that is one of the areas that is extremely tough for those who are in the thick of it. They're trying to get customers as well as they're trying to deliver the products and services that they actually offer. There's a lot that has to happen from a marketing standpoint. So we can't lose sight of that as business owners and as marketers. Okay.
So that is a great point. You mentioned having connections and having an agency or having a marketing consultant to kind of help you. And I know we did introductions, but I am always so impressed by the work that you guys do with your clients and how you guys are helping to transform some of these marketing platforms. So we didn't spend a lot of time talking about your platform, and I just wanted, to kind of insert that opportunity to talk about the platform that you have spent so much time and energy and hard dedication in, the I Reveal platform, simply because it is a tool that helps to govern and helps to impact marketing from a phenomenal standpoint. So, can you tell us a little bit about the I Reveal platform and, kind of some of the takeaways that people get as clients of yours?
Oh man, Darlisa, you've gotten me excited now. This is my baby. I've been working on this platform for a very long time. One of the things that I've learned throughout the years is that one, again, many people don't know how to do marketing effectively, right? And it's not always the fact that they don't want to do it effectively. It's the fact that they just don't know how. They don't know all of the requirements. So we did some research prior to going into development of iReveal, and man, I sat down with small companies mid-sized companies. So I sat down with business owners, and I sat down with the marketing director, right? That individual who has grown with the company, and they used to be the secretary, but the owner came out, hey, look, we need you to start doing marketing, right? And they don't have a clue. They didn't go to class for marketing or school for marketing. They haven't worked for a Fortune 500 company where they know the ins and outs of marketing. So a lot of times it's just a lack of knowledge of what you need to know in order to even do marketing effectively. So how can you do something well if you don't even know where to start? Okay, you can't fix what you don't know, and so that is the whole basis of iReveal. It is designed to help small businesses, mid-sized businesses, understand what they need to know in order to market effectively. So what do? You come into the iReveal platform and you do a comprehensive marketing audit. Okay. Yes, you can go to a class for these for some of this stuff. Okay, but it's going to take you some time. You got to go and you got to pay for that, and then you got to synthesize. Okay, what actually applies to my business? So it's like, why not create a comprehensive marketing tool where they go through and they explain what situation that they're actually in, and our tool will do the analysis and tell them exactly where they're weak from an advertising standpoint, from a customer retention standpoint. What type of things do you not have in place? And so what the platform is going to do is going to help companies be empowered with the knowledge that they know to actually be better marketers. Okay, if you're going to market to your customers or to your audience that you want to do business with, you need to be good at it. And so this platform is designed to equip and to give you the right type of information that you need in order to improve your marketing. So that's just one component that the iReveal does for our clients that actually comes through. So it's going to perform that comprehensive marketing audit where they can pinpoint exactly what is going wrong, what's working good, and what's working not so good. Okay, and then some things that they didn't ever even think about that they should be doing from a marketing standpoint. And so that's one phase, and then there are a couple of other features that are key. One of the things that I noticed whenever I was doing my research is that companies were all over the place with their marketing spend. Right, they didn't have a good, clean way of tracking all of their marketing dollars. Somebody had a spreadsheet over here, and then we got some analytics on social media that we go and look at from time to time, but it wasn't connected. So we wanted to pool all of that data into one platform, into one dashboard. So iReveal also has a feature that allows you to connect all of your marketing dollars into our platform where you can see across the board where you're spending. But not only that, what's your ROI? That's the most important thing. Hey, man, I've been doing this networking event for I don't know how long, but I ain't really getting no type of ROI from this. We want to be able to track all that into one platform, regardless of if it's digital, regardless of if it's traditional. We have it within this platform where we can track that information. And then, of course, we have some action planning roadmaps built into the platform as well, where you can see how you can actually get the information that you're looking to get, or what you need to do if you're looking to improve your branding. Hey, look, you need to go and do a brand messaging session because your messaging is terrible, or you don't even have brand messaging, right? So it's going to give you some of that information to help you improve upon that. So the whole idea here is to arm our small businesses, arm those people who are wanting and desire to be better marketers, arm them with the right information so that they can actually get out there and do those things, so that once they grow to a certain point, then they maybe, transition and hire somebody, or transition and get, an agency to do it for them. But oftentimes, as a small business owner, you just don't have the resources to afford those type of resources. So you have to do it all yourself. So we want to arm our clients, and we want to arm small businesses with the right intelligence that they need to make some of those critical marketing decisions. Again, uh, the focus is on companies who really one have had a bad experience with marketing. There's so many people out there that have had bad experiences with marketing. Okay, I've had bad experiences in marketing, and some of my challenges have been implemented into the I Reveal after I learned how to do some things effectively, and after I've seen some success with other clients. For those companies that are looking to grow but simply just don't know how, I Reveal is designed to give you the information for it. And if you're looking for better results, I Reveal is definitely the tool to help you get there. Okay, so again, micro to small businesses, lower mid market companies with that marketer that has grown with the company who really needs help and really can't tell their boss, hey man, I really don't know anything about marketing because you've been labeled as the marketer, right? Let's give those guys ammunition where they're not trying to figure out how to do it or trying to guess how to do it. And then the platform is also ideal for agencies who are looking to track their clients in terms of, hey, what's working, what's not working so well. They can use our platform to also do that as well. And then as they look to bring different clients on board, they can do that initial audit through our platform where they can see, oh, they're weak here. We need to do this. We need to make a content library because they don't have that in place. So the tool will help pinpoint those type of things for these type of individuals.
Thank you so much for just talking about and elaborating on that platform. Many people don't understand let's see, what word do I want to use? The vitalness. I don't know if vitalness is a word, but it's gonna be one today. But people don't understand how vital that is. One of the points and features that you mentioned was tracking your marketing spending. I know as a small business owner, prior to getting into budgets and having a uniform method to track your expenses, people are, we throw money at boosting posts and, getting flyers printed and, attending XYZ networking events. But really, we don't understand or know how to track the ROI on those kind of things. So I love the fact that your platform does provide that spending tracking to show, okay, here's where I really am spending most of my dollars. And if you're not getting a return on that, sad to say, it is a really big waste of time. So understanding that is critical. So, Dyron, how can, an individual like myself or, the next mom and pop type organization, or even, you know, with the pandemic happening and everyone having to pivot, how can a company like Icon LLC or I Reveal, how can you guys be instrumental in this portion of life right now? What is it that your company is doing to kind of help to get some of the people back on board with putting their marketing out there? One main thing is transitioning from, maybe they were doing word of mouth or group setting type activities, and now it's more virtual. So how do you guys help with that pivot?
Yeah. So I think you hit the nail on the head there. A lot of people were thriving and doing a great job just by word of mouth, just by getting out networking and and doing a lot of those things that requires you to be face to face with people. Well, COVID has definitely changed that, which kind of gets back to my point that I've been speaking for the past few years is that, hey man, you have to have a comprehensive strategy where you're not just relying on one or two things. You need to have multiple things that you leverage so that when you get into a COVID situation, okay, we also have our digital strategy that's working as well, and we continue to get leads we continue to get new clients just based off of these things. So the key thing is whatever you're doing, make sure that you have uh, a strategy in place that has diversity in terms of the things that you're using from a marketing standpoint. What is the thing in investments, right? You lower your risk by diversification, right? So the more diverse that you are, the less risk that you assume. It's the same thing in marketing. If you're diverse with your marketing, as long as it's effective marketing, if you are diverse in it, what you will do is when these tough times come up, you have other things to fall on. And what you'll see oftentimes is when this one marketing effort starts to plunder a little bit, you have other things to start ticking up. You know, my digital is working great because everybody's going to digital now. So one of the things that we're definitely working with our clients with now is building great marketing strategies, and a lot of it has been, okay, how do I market online better? Okay, so we go forth and we look at what they've been doing. Yep, I see why this hasn't been working, and so we perform that audit, and then we get them on the right path by building out that marketing strategy. Again, that can be multiple levels. You know, if they want to get all the way down to the specific campaigns that they need to run and what content, you know, we also help out with that level of granularity as well.
Amazing. And just so it is noted, Icon LLC is not just for that startup entrepreneur. It is not, for, those that are trying to figure out their marketing. It is really a robust platform for those that have been in business for quite some time as well. I know a lot of times when we have guests on, we are focused more on, the novice or the pre-venture entrepreneur, but just want to offer clarity that this platform is not just for that independent or that pre-venture entrepreneur. It is for the robust entrepreneur as well. And so I'm very grateful to be able to partner with companies like Icon LLC and to be able to leverage our partnerships in a bunch of ways. As Dyron mentioned, marketing is no easy feat. So it takes a lot of hours, it takes a lot of strategy, it takes a lot to actually go into putting together an effective marketing strategy, and not just putting it into it, but seeing it through and making sure that it is effective and that you are going to get your return. So with that being said, I'd like to put on here information specific to how individuals can connect with Icon LLC for the iReveal platform. This information will be available on our website, and here in just a moment, we're going to give you connection information on how you can reach out to Dyron himself and get information specific to what your particular business needs. And it doesn't have to be, a solopreneurship. This can be a multi employee organization. This can be, an organization that, is looking for that pivot. But I encourage you to take a look at this information and see what you need for your particular organization. Even at the lowest price point, he's providing an isolated audit to help you to understand and define your marketing and your plan for moving forward in this pandemic. And as I mentioned, this information will be posted in addition to the live session, and we're going to provide you with the links to Dyron's direct contact as well. So want to make sure that you guys know, there are perks with partnering, right? And I am very grateful to the Icon LLC team for entrusting the North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center with the opportunity to be a partner to provide such value. So, Dyron, how can people find you? How can they connect to you? What is a way for them to get in touch with you?
Okay, so just one clarification. Incon LLC is is definitely the parent company, and then I reveal belongs to Incon LLC. But you can get directly in contact with me. You can reach me at Dyron.Jolly at InconLLC.com. And then of course I am on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook as well, and I believe that I provided that information on the previous slide. Do you still see that, Darlisa?
Yes, we have the
Okay,
slide information up.
right. Okay, so that information is at the bottom there that I can be reached
Can
again.
you go back to that one? Go back to that slide.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so here's my email address here, phone number. Reach out, and give me a shout if you just want to have a discussion about kind of what you're experiencing, and ask me some general questions. We can do that as well. Again, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Reach out, follow me anyways. Get with me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I want to connect with you, and we're going to be sharing a lot of helpful marketing tips, so definitely engage with us there. And then, Darlisa, you kind of mentioned us partnering with you. This might kill me for this particular month, but as we partner with you, what we want to offer your connection are some extremely discounted options here. First, for the isolated marketing audit, like if you just want to look at your branding, your marketing plan, digital marketing, or if you just need a comprehensive marketing diagnostic, we will do that for you. You can do that marketing audit. Your social media marketing, your branding. You need somebody to come in and do a thorough audit. We're actually gonna give your viewers a great discount here. We're only going to do it for $3.99. And then if you want to take it a step further, hey, we'll do the marketing audit, but you want us to put a portion of your marketing strategy together. We'll do a marketing strategy workshop where you can see what type of things that you could be doing, actually build the marketing growth plan for you from a high level standpoint. And then we'll give also 2 hours of consultation as well. And as you see, we've cut that price specifically for your offer, well, for your viewers here today. So that's part of our commitment to you. We really support what you guys are doing, and we really want to add value to your organization. So this is a special offer for today, for those viewers that are out there that really need marketing help, that are looking to get to the next level.
Thank you so much again for that, Dyron. It is very, very essential to know that you do have partners in the game, right? Um, it is very, oh, let's see, nostalgic, I would say, to be able to know, hey, I know a person that can help you with X, Y, and Z. So, by providing this platform to our group and to our network, I think it has been it's an amazing experience for us as well to be able to connect with such a great and awesome platform. As you guys know, we are the North Texas Entrepreneur Education and Training Center, and we are always looking for opportunities to grow and to connect. And if you missed a portion of this presentation, we will be posting it. It is posted on our Facebook page. It is posted on our LinkedIn page. It is posted on our YouTube page. And we will definitely be sure to put that content information in there. I highly encourage you guys to connect with Dyron and ask those questions. Don't forget, though, that time is money. Please don't expect him to perform miracles on your business more than what you have done. He is a seasoned professional, so please regard that as such. But I do encourage you guys to reach out, take a look at what they are doing over. And I'm sorry, I was calling it Icon. It is Incon. I'm pretty sure I'll get backlash from that later.
Absolutely. Well, I didn't want to be direct in my correcting you, so that's why I came back and said, well, Incon.
My apologies. I apologize. I apologize greatly. But guys, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much again, Dyron, for being on with us today and sharing that valuable information. I do hope that you listeners take the information that you have heard today and apply it accordingly. As with all of our events and educational series, this is what we enjoy doing, providing education to our clients. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to hit us up. Or if you too have information that you would like to share, please feel free to reach out to us. I do hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you again, Dyron, for being on with us today.
Thank you.
You all have a great day.